right, this is Kaipacha with the weekly paleo report for January 31st, the last day of January. Already getting a month through 2024. We got some eggs over here. What is that broken egg from? I wonder. Are things breaking up or breaking down for you? The moon is in Libra today, and tomorrow she is going to go into Scorpio. And through that time, then she's going to square, right? She squares Mercury and then Pluto. This is what today and my report is all about, is going to be Mercury conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees, 29 minutes of Aquarius. Look at our little friends. It's not bothering these guys. Everything is fine. Catching a little sun. So Mercury goes into Aquarius on Sunday, is exactly conjunct Pluto on Monday, and on that same day, Venus squares Chiron. So I'll be talking a little bit about Venus square Chiron. Same day, Sun is sextile Chiron. So Sun's in Aquarius, right? Venus is still up there in Capricorn. So we've got the Sun sextile and Venus square. Other than that, you know, we've got our third quarter square moon. Look at the guy just sits down and says, I think I'll listen to the paleo report. This is too good, man. Anyway, what was I saying? That's on Friday. Yeah, I'll read the Sabian symbol for that. That's at 13 degrees, 36 minutes of Scorpio. Up there to the sun at 13 degrees, 36 minutes of Aquarius. Right? Last but not least, I mean, Venus is catching up to Mars as Mercury moves away from Mars. You can look at that chart at the beginning of the report. And she is coming into square the moon's nodes. We have to remember Chiron is conjunct the north node of the moon for quite some time here. They are within a degree for, a couple months or so. And whenever we have a square like that, Venus squaring Chiron, well, it's Venus squaring the nodes, right? Sun sextile Chiron, it's Sun sextile the nodes. So we have to bring in this healing energy of Chiron in Aries, conjunct the north node also. All right, everybody. I don't know how this is going to work. This is a very public beach. It's a very public place. We could have any number of tourists come walking up, speaking in different languages that I don't understand. But this is a rock rabbit. They climb up and down the rocks, and he just came up to listen to the paleo report. The Pluto-Mercury conjunction happening in Aquarius, it's extraterrestrial intelligence. Maybe it's a walk-in. I don't know. I never saw a rock rabbit before, so he's my first. Oh, here he could, yeah. He could come up and bite me in the butt. We'll just have to see. Anyway. For the astrology of this time, I want to talk to you today about Mercury and basically the mutable cross. So let's look at the role of Mercury. Mercury is our left brain, linear, logical, thinking that rules over deductive reasoning. It is what wants to name things and then put all those things into order to make a structure, to make a reality. It's like all the different phenomena of our lives Okay, you know, life is just like a series of happenings and events and phenomena, and we identify them, we name them like pieces of a puzzle. And we put all those pieces of the puzzle together, and we have a reality, which is, you know, a sense of belonging, and it gives us a sense of security, of identity, of predictability. I mean, this is all like, it's very powerful. And what we've got with Mercury moving into Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, right? It's the higher mind, it's the higher octave of Mercury. It is our personal unconscious that is, you know, way beyond. Oh my goodness, look at my little guy here is. Where is he? Oh. He's coming right up. He's coming right up here. I don't know if I could get him. He is very friendly. Or we could possibly imagine that he's very hungry. One of the two. Anyway, where the hell was I? This is when it's like what can be happening for us these days, okay, is basically we've got our left brain Mercury, and we've, you know, made sense out of our lives and out of our experience and out of all the phenomena that we've lived through. And so we've got our puzzle together, and from out of the sky, out drops 10 more pieces that don't fit into our puzzle. You know, like here I thought I had the whole picture. I thought I had it all together. And out of the Aquarian, right, out of the unknown, Aquarius and Uranus rules the unknown, science, technology, the future, the collective consciousness, like what is way beyond our personal, you know, comprehension, understanding, creation. This is just like, you know, so what I'm saying is this is super mind-blowing. This is a time when we can get our minds blown. And this can cause mental instability. This can lead to the insane asylum. This can lead to, you know, psychotic breakdowns and breakups and breaks. And, you know, just kinds of like, whoa, I can't make sense out of my life experience right now. I can't figure this out. Ah! And so this is where we have to talk about the entire mutable cross. Because Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, right? These are both, you know, within the first 6 signs, the subjective signs, you know, Gemini and Virgo. But opposite Gemini is Sagittarius, Jupiter, right brain, inductive reasoning, intuition, right? So, you know, what there has been, you know, since the Renaissance time, you know, since Sir Francis Bacon, you know, really kind of brought in this whole scientific, you know, Western civilization, kind of the Western approach, okay, which is very mercurial and very scientific and very, you know, analyzing, categorizing, figuring all these things out. If anything, we would say that the East is Jupiter. The East is more intuitive. The East is more of the right brain energy. And these two are in opposition to each other. They can complement each other, but very often they can also oppose or create disagreements, you know, challenges for each other. But even more so than that is the 4th sign of the mutable cross, Pisces. Neptune. Now Saturn is transiting Pisces. And this Neptunian Piscean reality blows Mercury and Jupiter completely out of the water. Yeah? This brings in mental confusion. This brings in supersensory perception. that doesn't fit into the puzzle. It doesn't even, like, it is so beyond, yes, duality, beyond, our everyday conscious perception, that it's, it's dreams, it's also nightmares and psychosis and neurosis. We have this time period now with Saturn moving through Pisces. And it's very disturbing for so many people and so many realities that are getting kind of dissolved, kind of washed away, brought down into kind of an insignificance. So it is a very, very challenging time. What we could say is many people's realities or worlds are falling apart. And this can create tremendous insecurity, sleepless nights, depression, despair, as we just have all these experiences that don't fit into our reality or our puzzle, or we can't figure it out. Where does that leave us? I mean, where does that bring us? I mean, this is, certainly a time period where Saturn is calling us. And this is also what? Chiron, conjunct the North Node. And the Sun in Aquarius is sextile that Chiron. So Aquarius is about experimentation. Aquarius is about liberation from the old norms, the old conventions, the old explanations, the old belief systems, the old. It's time we have to refashion, yes, a new paradigm. We have to refashion new belief systems. We have to refashion ourselves to fit into a bigger puzzle, a bigger reality, a bigger universe. And this is, it's not for the weak-hearted or the weak-willed or so this is where this healing the wound of Chiron in Aries, and the North Node of the Moon moving into Aries. This is just our instinctual nature. And our instinctual animal nature doesn't need explanations. It doesn't need justifications. It doesn't, it's moving into the Tao, moving into Pisces, moving into, right? All that is all that is. There's nothing outside of all that is. I'm one with all that is. I'm supported by all that is. I merge with all that is. It's just really, surrendering to, right? What is? What is? Whether we can explain it or not, understand it or not, it's a continual, it's like the movie is going to keep on going. So I want to read for you the Sabian symbol for this third quarter square moon, because it's really amazing how here we have, this third quarter square moon is moving from, from Scorpio to Aquarius, right? And so you would think, okay, what's a Sabian symbol in Scorpio has to do with Mercury? Oh, por Dios. There are no accidents. The Sabian symbol for the 14th degree of Scorpio is telephone lineman at work installing new connections. Right? The need to establish new channels of communication. The growth of community. This is Mercury in Aquarius. Unbelievable. And of course, Pluto is, the evolutionary force. We are evolving new communities. We're evolving new societies. We're evolving, right, a new future way of living together here on planet Earth. It's a new world order, right, in so many ways. So the growth of community feeling among separate human beings requires the development of constantly more complex means of interchanging feelings and ideas. Wherever this symbol for Scorpio 14 is found. The indication is that such channels of communication are essential for the success of any interpersonal relationship. They are not only to be built, but to be used significantly and wisely. This symbol brings to our attention the essential value of communicating with our fellow human beings and even our close associates, with whom such a communication may not always be easy. There can be no communion without communication at some level, including the level of biological attunement. The key word is the will to association or comprehension. So it may not be that these extra pieces of the puzzle just drop out of the sky, like I spoke of earlier. They may come through your most intimate partnership. Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, the ruler of soulmates, soul union, shadow, other people. So much comes through alchemical transformation through relationship. So this is a time for deep conversation, right? Pluto is deep. Mercury's conversation about the future, Aquarius, about where we fit into the greater community. Okay, about how we can like really expand ourselves, outward, upward, and beyond. It's pretty amazing. But it like I say, it can be also challenging. It can be like Dane says here, that communication. It's not always easy. It may be this can be a time where we bring up each other's shadows, we bring up each other's power controls. Let's look at the other side of Pluto Mercury. Okay, that can be mental. What is that called? Gaslighting. Right, trying to make the other person, take responsibility or feel, like they are crazy or they are nuts. So like mental manipulation. Pluto is manipulation. Mental is Mercury, and it's controlling. So this is a time of having deep conversations, intense conversations. And the thing about Aquarius is it makes it all more objective, right? Aquarius is the opposite of Leo, not taking it personally, but the ideal is that we are, telephone linemen. We're up above, we're up on the top of the telephone poles, and we kind of see all the way up and down the street. Where we've been and where we want to go. So, this is an amazing opportunity if we conceive of it and see it as an opportunity. And if our Chiron is weak, if our Aries is weak, if our instinct is weak, if our ability to just trust our gut is weak, then we fall into doubt. Then we start trying to overuse Mercury and we burn our Mercury out. We burn our fuses. We lose sleep at night. We spend too much time with the books or the tarot cards or the astrology charts trying to analyze it, figure it all out. All the gene keys or all the, this is going to answer my, the answer I will say is to almost like go out by going in. This is the North Node in Aries. This is Chiron in Aries, healing this wound of, right? The macrocosm is mirrored within the microcosm. As above, so below. As without, so within. So if we go within for the answers,
Talk to our organs, talk to our body, feel our sensations, trust our Jupiterian intuition. This is gonna like really balance it out so that we don't freak out. This can be, it's just like Pluto in the third house, or Mercury Pluto can be implosion. Too much information, trying to process and trying to make sense out of these differing, opposing polarities, polarized, inputs. It can cause an implosion where we just, we have a mental nervous. Mercury also rules the nervous system. We can have a mental breakdown. We can have a nervous breakdown. We can overload our circuits. So you got to chill out the mind and not be trying to like figure every freaking thing out, but just like be open to alternative viewpoints, alternative beliefs, alternative interpretations, what your partner is seeing, what your community is reflecting back to you. There's just like, it's like a diamond has so many facets. And we have a tendency, like from our perspective, we're only going to see one facet of that diamond of life. So we have to rely on each other. Aquarius, community. We have to rely on, oh, you see that side. Oh, you see that side. Oh, you see that side. Oh, now together we can get the whole picture, baby. Oh my God. Ow! Obviously, today's song is Communication Breakdown. It's an oldie moldy by Led Zeppelin, but communication breakdown, it's always the same. You got to check it out. It's a little, it's a little intense, but such is life. So the mantra, the mantra for this week, right? Reality is more than I have been told. As reality is more than I have been told, I need to reach far and wide for answers to questions disturbing my soul, so I can get on with my life. You may be feeling stuck. It's like, okay, I want to have all the spreadsheets, and I want to have all the, like what's going to happen if I do this, and what's going to happen if I do that, and what's going to happen if I don't do that, and what's going to happen if you do that, and before I make up my mind, before I make a decision, I want to have all the pieces of the puzzle all figured out, all in place, so that I don't make a mistake, so I don't fail, so that I don't screw it up. Right? This is fear. This is insecurity. This is the Chiron wound to Aries. What's Aries? No fear. Just go. Just do it. Just make it happen. Just So we got to get on with our life, is what I'm saying. And this Mercury Pluto is going to bring in some new information. There may be new news reports. We may get some scientific breakthroughs or breakdowns. We may get, there can be some intense new information coming through, our public channels and media, and yeah, it could be a disturbing freaking week here with this Mercury Pluto going on, where, reality is not, just the little piece of pie that we thought it was, but oh shit. You mean I have to deal with that? So I don't know. We could get, some pretty big surprises, but what we want to understand is, let's look at it as an initiation. Let's look at it as a graduation. Let's look at it as the next step in our evolution. We are old enough, wise enough, smart enough to deal with more pieces of the universe. Spirit is giving us a view of the bigger picture, because we're ready to manage it. We're ready to use it. We're ready to create in a bigger canvas. So let's look at it. Let's look at the bright side. Instead of it shattering our current limited realities, let's look at it that, yeah, wow, we're now, able to do something, I mean, it's going to take a little while to integrate and understand all these new, facets of reality. But in the long run, it's good for us. I'm going to read that. Well, I should memorize these things, but, I don't want to make a mistake because, too often all you do is get one wrong word or something, and it throws somebody off. Ready? As reality is more than I have been told, I need to reach far and wide for answers to questions disturbing my soul so that I can get on with my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So let's reach. Let's expand. Let's ask those big questions. And then let's download the answers. Let's use our Neptune. Don't forget Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. So it's like, doing your yoga. When what I like to do is, you do a mantra, but the main thing that I like to do is stop breathing. For me, when I stop breathing, I stop thinking. And when I stop breathing and thinking, right, it's like the canvas of my mind, is clean and clear. And the downloads, the spirit, the spirit guidance comes through. So just try walking around without breathing a little bit this week, and I think everything's gonna work out. Namaste, baby. Aloha. So much love.